Hello, my name is Antonis Williams, an MBA student at Concordia University, Nebraska, studying strategic management under Professor Brandon Schulte. Today, I'll be giving you a strategic analysis of Marriott International Incorporated. These are key terms that will be discussed today. I will only be using the abbreviated terms. Please take a moment to look at them. Today, these will be our talking points that we will cover in this presentation. The company background. Well, Marriott was started in 1927 by J. Willard and Alice Marriott. It started as the A&W root beer stand, also known as a hot shot. The company operated those hot shots all the way up until 1957, when they took the capital from the stock proceeds of the hot shops and built the first motor hotel in Arlington. The company is headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland, and currently now is the largest hotel chain in the world. Mission vision statement. Marriott has no mission statement. Their purpose is based on their core values. Core values of we put people first, we pursue excellence, we embrace change, we act with integrity, we serve our world. That comes from the core values and heritage of Marriott International. Marriott vision statement is to be the world's favorite travel company, also from the core values and heritage of Marriott International. Business model and competitive strategy. The basic hotel industry use own, lease, manage, and franchise as their four models, according to David and David, 2017. Marriott business model basically focuses on has a geographical area approach. They operate in 122 countries and territories. They focus on the North American full service, North American limited service, and international segments. They business model deems them to be a low asset company. They own few hotels. They consider themselves as operators, franchises, and licensors of their hotels. Their brand portfolio is quite large compared to other hotels. Their brand portfolio focuses on two styles, classic and distinctive, with three tiers, luxury, premium, and select. At the end of fiscal year 2016, Marriott had 6,100 properties with over 100 million rooms, and that's according to the 2016 annual report. Marriott's strategy is a focused cost leadership-based strategy. They focus on the best value, building customer loyalty. They focus on large and growing markets. They like many segments. They're not critical to their success. They like cost leadership roles by using innovative experiences. They like to use acquisition of rival firms as strategies. As we can see that they bought out their largest competitor, Starwood. Wider range of choices by doing that. And they like to think global. The five forces analysis represents rivalry among competing firms, potential entry of new competitors, potential development of substitute products, bargaining power suppliers, and bargaining power consumers. So those five force analysis just kind of let Marriott know. Just say, look at the competitive rivalry. They rate high in that because they have 32 competitors, according to LexisNexis. The industry is fragmented and market is divided among numerous firms. The buyer power is high. Buyers has other means to find lower prices. Supplier power. Marriott prides itself in supplier reputation, which is essential to the branding and success. So they carry a large supplier network. So they kind of rate medium in that. So in the threat of substitution, you got different brands. You got other style accommodations uh, like the threats of new entry and threats of substitution kind of work together. You got the new family-oriented accommodations, such as Airbnb. So those they kind of rate high and medium in those areas. The strategic group map use differentiating characteristics to kind of make a organization stand out. As you can see, Marriott stands out, and using the two as the brand portfolio and the total hotels. Marriott don't have as many hotels as Wyndham, but the brand portfolio is bigger than all the rest of their competitors. And the reason why they're bought so big because they got the largest market capitalization. The EFE matrix pay attention to external factors from an economic standpoint to competitors that could arise and dampen strategies in place of the organization. They use weights from 0 as not important, 1 very important, and rankings from 1 to 4 to indicate the organization responds to opportunities and threats, with 1 being poor and 4 being superior. Marriott, as you can see, you got some opportunities. They like to boost, they like to grow, they got strong expansions, try to brand position. But you look at the threats, some of the threats that happen is more the economic threats as terrorism, uncertain in markets, market share. You got the short-term rental market that we discussed earlier. Exchange rates that slow down travel. So that could affect Marriott. Um, the SWOT matrix looks at the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So pretty much, they kind of group them up. As you can see, the SOs are strength and opportunity. You see how they strength and opportunities. They across small brands. That's one of their biggest strengths. Like this, ST stands for strengths and threats. Um, they market Marriott brands at least 50% on internet. So that if they don't market their brand enough on the internet site, they can lose revenue. Weaknesses and opportunities. Build more, diverse properties. Cater to a mid to low level class of people with a value brand. You can appeal more to the modern traveler. And weaknesses and threats. Like develop travel-based incentives for Marriott brands that is not frequented by modern travel. Just like I mentioned earlier in the weaknesses and opportunities. CPM matrix compare the organization to its competitors, on some levels, as in like in finance position, market share, brand and portfolio, hotel, employee satisfaction. And basically it used the same thing as it used weights and ratings as how each one ranked. For this particular hotel, Starwood used to be Marriott's biggest competitor, but they acquired Starwood. So now, for this particular matrix, I use Hilton and Wynn, because Wynn, they got a big share because they got more rooms, they got more hotels than Marriott. But Hilton kind of stay kind of close as far as in revenue. They don't have as many rooms or hotels in Marriott or any brands, but they stay close. The IFE matrix, the internal factor evaluation, just it's all it just help organizations assess themselves internally. They just, you can see what's on the outside, but it's hard to kind of tell you what's going on in the inside. So the strengths and weaknesses internally, um, this matrix kind of does that for you, and it does the same thing. It got the weights and ratings, from 0 to 1 and from 1 to 3, and whereas 1 being a major weakness and 4 being a major strength in this one. And as you can see, that they got strengths in of course acquiring and global presence, RevPAR up, and commitment responsibility. And then you see they got the lack of low cost accommodations that affect them. The BCG matrix is an internal matrix designed to enhance firm formation strategies. It kind of basically tell you where your cash cows is or your dogs, and where your question marks. Like if you got a high market share position, you got a low market share position. As you can see, Marriott, and this was based off the owned, leased, and managed properties. So Marriott may have a bigger share of the owned and leased properties, but Hilton, Hilton was like on the list. They were number one. So Hilton was kind of leading up the pack in those areas. The space matrix is basically kind of compare you in different positions in like financial, competitive. You got a list of things that you use. You use determine, kind of give you following strength, and he uses S's like um, FP stand for financial position, CP stand for competitive position, stability position, and industry position. So it kind of rates you on all those areas, and it indicates that Marriott, as you can see, Marriott and ISG take more of an aggressive approach, or should take more of an aggressive approach in their strategies. Take advantage of external opportunities, overcome internal weaknesses, avoid external threats. The QSPM matrix is kind of take all the matrices that we discussed and put them into one and come up with a plan or a strategy. As you can see, it just kind of put everything that you got from your SWOT, your BCG, your IFE, and put them in your space, and EFE, and just put them all in one. And so at the end result, it came up to that Marriott should develop and launch a new brand to compete with new lodging market, family housing, family oriented, type short-term rental homes and stuff like that. And they should create a new brand, kind of get down, like Wyndham, they got a mid-level brand that cater to the low cost customers, and that's how they got so many hotels. And at the completion of this thing, it was deemed that, if you can see the total score over here, that the developer launched a new brand into the new market of, such as the Airbnb, home sharing service, outscored the mid to low cost. Financial ratio and stock charts, and these are just ratios that kind of measure the company for the last 3 years, profit, financial stability, liquid, and they basically kind of tell you, as you can see, Marriott uh, actually kind of went down in some areas, and that was due to the merger with Starwood, because they got some integration problems that they need to work with. So they just got some bugs to work out in that to get that back up, because before 2014 they had a positive growth rate, and up until the acquisition come, and then when they integrated the financials, it kind of threw their numbers off. Their forecasted ratios, I just kind of forecasted based on what they lost when they acquired Starwood, because I wanted to focus on them getting those revenues back, and then we're gonna focus on the growth once they get it back. As I kind of growth, and I kind of did the change. So those changes were the changes that they lost prior to acquiring Starwood. When they acquired Starwood. So I'm just looking for them to gain that back and get those ratios back, so then you can accurately assess, how both of them is performing together. Recommendations is completion of the Starwood integration, because it's kind of a slow process, and we got some issues going on with that. So you need to get that. We need to get that completed so we can stop putting resources over to that and focus on resources on growing the organization. Um, get into the home and apartment sharing services such as Airbnb and mid-level lodging. And so those are the basis of everything. As you can see, The power of Marriott International is its value chain. These are my sources. Questions. That concludes my presentation. Thank you, and you have a good day.